Welcome to TradingPub.com's morning report. Real quick before we get started, give you a standard risk disclaimer. As you know, when you start talking about futures and options products, there is substantial risk involved. We're not making any kind of recommendations here, just kind of going over some thoughts over some of the different markets that we watched throughout the week. All right, the first stock that we're going to look at today is actually going to be Facebook. You know, Facebook has absolutely been hammered, completely hammered since the IPO. You look back, here's the IPO date at 45, came down to 26, rallied back to about 34, came back down, you had the gap, and we still have not filled that gap up to about the 26.50 area. Now, Facebook reported earnings yesterday. They came in better than expected. It looks like they have maybe started to crack the code on making money on mobile. And, our thoughts on Facebook is that, a lot of people think that it's a trash stock, just like you saw with Groupon and Zynga. I actually think that there is value in Facebook, and they've got 1 billion users. One thing I can tell you, if you're able to get in front of a large number of people like that, and basically nobody else has those kind of numbers, that there is going to be some value. I think they've got a lot of smart people there, and we saw a little bit of that yesterday with the increase in the gap up. So we're going to be keeping a close eye on Facebook. Again, we'll look to see if it can kind of consolidate, sort of a reverse of what we talked about with Google yesterday, how with Google we want to see it start to consolidate, put a bottom in, and then maybe look for a buying opportunity. We'd probably do the same with Facebook. Let's let things kind of shake out a little bit, see if it can kind of base a little bit around this 23 area, and then maybe start looking for a buying opportunity, whether that be buying a call debit spread or selling put credit spreads, or just buying the stock outright and maybe selling a covered call against it. But again, I think Facebook will be an interesting stock, and we'll look for that consolidation over the next couple days to see if we can get an opportunity. Now, yesterday at the Trading Pub, we had an excellent event, and one of our featured speakers was Geof Smith of DTI Trader. Geof covered trading gold and silver markets, and so we're going to bring him on as a guest commentator for today's market commentary. And at this time, I'll turn things over to Geof.
Thank you, Morgan. This is Geof Smith with DTI Trader. What we have here are, on the left, a gold chart, and on the right, a silver chart. As we were looking at yesterday, looking at kind of a long-term aspect of gold and even an intermediate term gold. This is actually a daily gold chart here. You can see that we've continued our decline in gold. Right now we're at 1706. Yesterday when we were talking, we were trading right around the 1707 area, but we actually still have a lower low, lower high again on a daily basis. So we were looking for gold to possibly come down to the 1680, 1685 zone. If they're going to continue this trend down, if it starts to base there, might be some good opportunities to either buy gold if it can hold, maybe even go out and sell the 1640, 1650 put, or do a put spread, whichever it may be. Even in the silver market, the silver has actually perked up a little bit today. Right now 31.81, but it's still below its 65-week moving average, and right now playing with the 65-day moving average. So gold is still above that 65-day, 65-week moving average, but both still declining down. As silver starts taking that to 31.50, it'll get very, very bearish and probably test the 31 to 30.50 zone. So long, short, or out. Right now we've either got to be short or out.
All right, thank you, Geof. And again, we will post a copy of the recording from Geof's session yesterday. It'll be posted under free education in the future section. Again, we should have a copy of that up on our website. All you do, go to tradingpub.com, click free education and futures. Geof took about 30 minutes and kind of went more into detail about what he just talked about with how he's looking at trading the gold and silver markets. I'd like to remind you, we've got our next event this Thursday. All of Trading Pub's events are free. You can go to tradingpub.com/events and click register here to join our next event. Thanks everyone, and have a great day.